James Bowden. I am a second-year associate in the corporate group at Waller Lansden Dortch Davis. Graduated from Vanderbilt Law School in 2009. Let's see. What was my first year of practice really like? The first thing I noticed in my first year of practice is that the description is that it's like drinking water from a fire hose. That's true, but the interesting thing in corporate, at least, is that it's all fire hose or no fire hose. There'll be days that you have very, very little to do, and that's a good time to make do with catching up on CLE, doing business development, doing other kinds of just personal development stuff, because when you do get something in the door, it comes on really big, really heavy, and the other thing that you learn from that is that you need to be ahead. So it's kind of your job to know how everything works, where everything is on a deal, in the office, things like that. No reason to waste time waiting for work to come when you can be getting ahead of work that you know is on the way to your desk. My typical day is split between answering questions about the minutiae of a deal. Really, my job entails knowing where the key pieces are and what they do in any given transaction. So an average day probably involves about a third drafting documents, reviewing terms of documents, about 10 minutes of entering my time and reviewing my emails, and most of the rest of the time is dealt with coordination of information around the different deal teams I'm on. The other thing that's great about it is that there's no being a pedestrian. You're going to be responsible for big, important things, and you're going to do it quickly. And your job is to know what you're talking about, portray confidence, be competent, and ask the right questions. Pay to think, not just to do. So it's rewarding as well.